Welcome back, everybody, to the Nosebleeds podcast. I'm Chris Witt, and with me, as always, is Mr. Adam Schmidt. How are you today, sir?
Really, really good. How are you?
But I am fine as frog hair.
Very nice.
Yes.
You're coming off a Xavier win tonight.
Yeah,
Got the
big
shirt on.
dub, big dub. We 5-0, I want to say now, I
That's
think.
right.
5-0. The boys got a win this weekend against uh Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Beat Siena today. Couple tournament teams, right?
Yep.
It
Absolutely.
is what it is.
Absolutely.
They might be low tournament teams, but they're tournament teams sometimes.
I feel like Siena is one of those teams that wins their conference a lot.
Yeah. Xavier's got a good team this year.
Good.
They have no freshmen.
A lot of transfers, huh?
I mean, like legit, they have one freshman and he's a walk-on. They have zero scholarship freshmen.
I think that's how Louisville's team is this year.
Is it?
I think so.
And I don't mind it. I don't mind it. These guys that have come, like, it's 5 games in, and I feel totally comfortable with them. We've got a bunch of grad seniors, and um, it's going to be fun. We've got 2 sophomores that are really good. Uh, one kid went from 6'8" to 6'11" in the past year. He's
Wow.
super long. He was the most athletic kid on the team last year, and now he's like 6'10", 6'11". Incredibly long, great defender, gets to the paint, finishes well. The other kid is 5'7" and hits every three he takes.
Very nice.
Yes.
Drew Lavender, huh?
Yeah, exactly. We got a little Drew out there. That's right. That's right. What was he? Where did he transfer from? He was a transfer. Drew
Was he?
Lavender was a transfer to Xavier. I want to say Oklahoma.
Oh,
Oklahoma or Alabama.
that's
He was
big.
a he was a those pants. Oh man.
The
My man's
big.
shorts.
Yeah.
Like that was the early 90s, early 2000s, late 90s, and that was how we wore our shorts.
Yeah.
My boys on my basketball team now, they're like they all wear youth large, youth extra large, adult small jerseys, and they all ask for youth medium, youth small shorts.
Yeah.
Like they want them to ride up their butt crack. They want them to be like they want their underwear to show under them. It's crazy
I know.
where this world has come.
I know it.
Crazy. Um, I'm just gonna apologize to start this. Today's a tough day for me.
Oh, yeah.
So I've had some teeth issues.
Oh,
Yeah. And I apparently I've been to the dentist many times, obviously, right? Twice a year. Do my thing. And they've made me a mouth guard because they say I grind my teeth and I clench too much, which is like a stress thing, I guess, or something.
I do that too. Yep.
And so they made me this mouth, and like I've got little chiclets. Like I've ground my teeth to nothing. Like they're tiny. I got little tiny itty bitty teeth. Itty bitty teeth. Um, so I've had to like I had a pretty bad I had a cavity in my front tooth. I didn't even know you could get a cavity in your front tooth.
Sure. Yeah.
So they put so they filled in my front tooth. And basketball last week, I got a whistle for the first time. So I don't use the whistle when 2 teams are in the gym at the same time. I feel like that's disruptive. But both of my teams have the gym by themselves 1 day a week. Got my little whistle, and I'm having fun with this thing, man. I'm like, here's how whistle goes. It's no longer we go high, low 15 times. No, when I blow the whistle, we switch now. I'm having fun with it. And
Whistle's good to have.
so I'm talking while I got the whistle in my mouth, and I chipped my front tooth. Chipped part of I guess, the filling out, because that's not a crown, it's a filling.
Wow.
Chipped part of the filling out, I guess. And I'm like, I think I just chipped my tooth. I'm like, this is crazy.
On your whistle.
My whistle, I guess. I don't know. Once again, I grind and I clench so much that I probably just wore it away, and it was just something was going to get it.
Yeah.
And I eat sunflower seeds all day, every day.
Sure.
So it is what it is. So Bengals play Sunday night. I'm sitting down, have a cocktail, got some chips and dip, right? Watching the game. Bengals are making a comeback. And I remember they scored a touchdown. I had just put a chip on my mouth and I went, yeah. And I took a bite and I was like, what? I chipped my crown in the back left corner of my mouth. I got a crown in the back left corner. And this thing has torn a hole in my tongue. It is jagged edge, torn a hole in my tongue. That was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, today's Wednesday. So that's three. We're going on 72 hours of jagged. Like my tongue is numb now. I like it. It it doesn't hurt as bad as the last 2 days, but it's like raw on that side.
Yeah.
Like, and I've been trying to like grind it down. I can't get in till tomorrow.
Oh,
Go in tomorrow. So the only appointment they had Thursday morning after the podcast. They obviously don't know that I do a podcast on Wednesday nights.
how do you not know that?
7:30 a.m. is the only appointment they have available.
Wow. I was
Ugh.
my last several dentist appointments were at 7.
Oh,
That was the first one in there.
that's so bad, dude. Now I drop Parker off at 7:15. So I just got to make sure that I'm up early, get myself ready, and head out right afterwards.
Yeah.
But dude, this thing, like as I talk, it like I feel like my tongue is like trying to move without me moving it. So I feel like my voice sounds hilarious right now.
It sounds
Or like I'm
completely
slurring or
it sounds completely normal to me.
okay, good.
Um,
Good to hear.
then there's my apology because I don't know if people will be able to notice or not, but my voice is a little bit different right now. I just got a little bit of chest something, a little chest
We
congestion or whatever.
we both got it, man. I'm
Yeah.
just getting over it.
Is that
I
right?
like last week was rough for me, man. This
Yeah.
last week I was kicking in that same thing. Like waking up in the middle of the night just coughing like crazy. I don't feel bad, but I can't stop coughing until I hock it up.
That's the thing. It's worse at night. Like
Oh,
during the day, I'm fine.
100%.
At night, I start getting a little sore throat. I get
Yep.
the chest is going a little bit harder, and I'm like, man, and I am guys,
It's
yeah,
when you slow
coughing a little
down.
bit more.
It's when
Yeah,
you slow down.
for sure it
When
is.
your body slows down, everything accumulates or whatever,
Hmm.
right? But like during the day, yeah, absolutely. I'm totally fine during the day.
Yeah.
But as soon as I like sit down, relax, rest, lay down, oh, poor Erin. I thought she was gonna kick me out of bed the other night. I was waking up coughing constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough.
So anyway,
Let's
I'm
get
all
back.
beat up, dude. My mouth is beat up. Both of us are beat up. It's rough. It's November 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah, November 20th, it's
Today was the first like cold day in a
oh
while,
yeah.
you know.
We're supposed to get snow.
I heard that.
Hmm.
I heard that. I'm not ready for snow. I don't want snow, but
I still gotta
um,
mow the lawn one more time.
I was thinking that today too because it was raining this morning.
Yeah.
Yep, and I was, and it's just now starting to grow a little bit because it really hasn't grown that
Mhm.
much lately, and so I'm like, yeah, maybe because I think I'm down to my last bit of gas
Mm-hmm.
for the mower, so I'm like, this might, I'm never able to time it perfect. Like
Mm-hmm.
I always have to get like a full can of gas toward the end of the year or
Yep.
whatever, and I'm like,
Yep.
no, it's just sitting there, a whole can of gas,
Whole can of gas.
and you want to, do you
All
put
the sediment building up. Yep.
Do you put a stay bill or whatever in your mower or anything?
No, so I actually switched over to electric. I've got a
Oh,
battery operated lawnmower.
how about that?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
You
Battery
like it?
operated lawnmower, battery operated weed whacker.
Yeah, I got the battery operated trimmer. Yeah,
And I'm
and
gonna tell you
blower.
right now, this thing I use the Ergo. I think it's Ergo is what it is.
Yeah.
I can mow my entire front and back without without any issues. It's 3 years now. I had a little issue with the battery for a minute, the beginning of this year. It was overheating too fast. So now I just charge it. And when it charges all the way up, I take it off the charger. And then the next time I mow the lawn, I put it in the freezer for like 20 minutes before I go mow the lawn,
Really?
back to making it the whole way.
Wow.
Yeah, because the battery was overheating while it was charging.
Huh.
And then I put it in the lawnmower and then it got hotter and hotter and it would cut off. because it was too hot.
The freezer works, huh?
But I'm a big fan of not just going out and buying things. I don't like doing that. Okay.
Yeah,
Not a big fan. I'll work every angle you can possibly go.
it sounds like it.
I got a water heater. I got a water heater. Did I ever tell you the water heater story?
I don't know.
I'm sure somewhere on this podcast in the last 5 years I've told the story. Twice. So this is probably 3 or 4 years ago. My water heater's leaking. It's leaking, or it shorts out. It shorts out.
Okay.
And I'm like, what's going on? I go in there, I open it all up, turn the circuit breaker off, I open it all up. There's water, like the stuffing inside where the thermostat is, it's soaking wet.
Oh.
My God, there's water all over this thing. So I buy a new thermostat. I'm like, I'll put a new thermostat in, took all the paper, all that stuffing out of there, the stuff that keeps it from, catching on fire and doing all the stuff that it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Put a new thermostat in, left that stuff out, just told everybody, don't go anywhere near the water heater. Just don't touch it. Because if you put your finger in there, you're gonna get shocked so hard you're gonna die. All right. So that's the deal.
Okay.
Leave it all off. I don't care. It's in the washroom is what it is.
Sure.
You just gotta let the little kids know when they come over.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay away from the hot water heater. It's that simple. Just that simple. Don't do it. Anyway, gosh, I feel like that I could get myself in a lot of trouble for having all that exposed. But anyway, a year goes by, no issues. Boom, shorts out again. I'm like, man, water's creeping down. Man, I can fix this. Get a new thermostat, take some JB Weld, found the crack in the in the hot water heater, filled it in. I put the thermostat in there, put caulk and glue all the way around it so it wouldn't get into the wires. So the water, if water leaked, it wouldn't get into the wires of it
Yeah.
to short it. I mean, it leaks a little bit, right? I don't care. My man has been going strong for like 3, 4 years now.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Again, I am a big fan of not making the big purchase. I will duct tape
Well, yeah,
that thing together until I absolutely have to
yeah, especially
make
a
the
big
purchase.
item like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, they're only like 300-400 bucks.
Oh,
It's not
I
that
thought
bad.
it was more than that.
No, it's not that
I
bad.
got you.
Mine's
Huh.
all electric too. It's be really easy to replace. I have no gas. So it would be super easy to replace.
That's nice.
But I'm not doing it. Not until I absolutely have to.
Very nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Save yourself some money.
As long as it doesn't cost me a lot more money on the back end.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
If you end up fixing it 15 times,
Or I fixed
you-
it, or I duct taped it, and then it totally breaks, and I end up with like a flooded basement
yeah,
and lose a bunch of stuff. Then we're in trouble.
yeah, that's true.
Anyway, I don't even know how we got on on this topic. I just wanted to talk to you about my tooth being chipped. That's bugging the daylights out of me.
I'll bet.
Oh,
I'll
and
bet.
now I just got something on my front tongue, one of them little bubbles on my front tongue. I must have bit down on or something.
Yep.
I'm beat up. My mouth's beat up, dude.
That's tough.
I mean, I'm beat up in the mouth all the time because of the sunflower seeds I eat, but
Yeah.
I haven't had sunflower seeds in 4 days.
Wow.
Dude, I was shaking today. I bought some. I bought some today. I was like, I can't do this
You just
anymore.
open them up and put your nose in them.
I put 3 of them in my mouth. I chewed them on the opposite side, and then I got my fix. I got my fix. I was like a crackhead, dude. I got my fix. I spit them out and I swore them off. I swore them right back off. Sealed them back up. Put them back in the other seat. Put stuff on top of it. I'm like, nope, not doing it. I got my fix. 4 days is a long time, bub.
That is a long time for you. Yeah. Yeah.
Long time.
But you get fixed up tomorrow. Maybe you need another day or two to heal up, and then you'll be good to go.
I'm gonna have to get another crown. That sucks.
Sure. But it'll be fixed,
Ah,
you know?
that's what you. So here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I get me some big old porcelain veneers. I'm thinking about getting some Freddie Freeman teeth.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. You get some Freemans. Yeah.
How much do you think Freddie Freeman costs? How much do you think them cost?
I have no idea.
How many teeth do you have? Do you have
Uh,
any idea? Is it 24 or something like that?
Um, I feel like that. I feel like that could be right.
I read somewhere that because I looked into it, veneers can be anywhere from like 500 to $900 a tooth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay. No, you just got to do the water heater thing and
You
just
know
keep
me,
picking
bro.
them
I
up,
ain't
baby.
doing it. You know me. I'll throw $200 up. At a new. I'll throw $200 at a new one back there. Just patch it. Just patch that
I'll
some
put
bitch up, bud.
I'll
Yep.
put some gum back there
I
and
did
just
that today. I
seal it
chewed
up.
gum. I chewed gum. I was like, this thing hurts so bad. I was like, I don't even want to chew gum, but I'm gonna throw gum in. It doesn't hurt. Like there's no, it's not sensitive to water or anything because
Yeah,
it's, I don't know, whatever a crown's made of.
but it's rubbing on your tongue.
So I put gum back there just to keep my tongue from rubbing against it. At night, I got these mouth guards,
Yeah.
not mouth guard. I got a top mouth guard, a big thick one because I bit through the other one. But I got these little thin ones that they gave me to put my little gel into for whitening. Okay.
Yep.
So I've been using that bottom one every night, just putting it in there, using it all night, just so all night I don't drag against it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It sucks.
Yeah, it sounds rough.
It's miserable.
Yeah.
My face is in a miserable state.
Well, by this weekend you'll be better. I feel like.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Um, you guys have basketball games this weekend?
None this weekend. I
Wow.
got nothing this weekend at all. We
Wow.
have three the weekend after. So I play after the day after Thanksgiving, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They switched our games. I told you that they gave me back-to-back
Oh yeah,
games
yeah.
in different gyms. Yeah,
Yeah.
different 10 minutes apart. Now they switch. I got the game switched up. So we play Friday at St. James and then Saturday and Sunday in the West Side Classic.
Yeah, I was
Oh, what you play on Sunday?
the this
Next Sunday.
next Sunday. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 What time? Because I
Uh
play on Sunday now.
12:30 maybe. Something like that.
I think I play it too. Are you at St. Jude or are you at visitation?
I'm at Jude.
So am I.
Um
Let's
oh the
go.
first December 1st.
I think, yeah, that
One
sounds right.
1 o'clock at St. Jude.
But we might be back to back here. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I just got the game changed. Got my game changed specifically so I could play with you. Let me take a look. Let's see. Where's the schedule here? Not dance because I've got nothing but team snaps on here. Sixth grade basketball. Sorry. 2 o'clock, St. Jude.
December 1st.
Let's go. Back to back games, baby.
Have to pay to get into each other's games.
No, and neither of us. We can both go to each other's games for free.
Well, I love
I got to pay for my wife, but
that.
me and Parker don't have to pay to come to your game, and you don't have to pay to come to mine.
That's nice.
You didn't pay to come to my game this weekend, did you?
I did. So this is
Why did you?
bit of
You're
a fun
for
story.
Oak Hills.
Not really.
You came to watch my kid and me.
Yeah,
We're Oak Hills.
sure, but oh, so like
You're
anybody who
if you're with Oak Hills at an Oak Hills gym, Oak Hills does not charge you.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Oh man.
So I didn't have I left my wallet at home,
Okay.
which
So
is
did you Venmo Keaton?
I did.
Oh, I'm calling Keaton.
So
I'm calling Keaton.
call him right now. No,
I'm calling him right now.
no.
He's up. He's eating Skyline somewhere.
I'm sure he is.
It's Wednesday.
That might be the only guy that eats more Skyline than me. Um, because I've seen him at Skyline 1,000 times.
Not just at night. My man goes there for lunch 4 days a week
Yeah,
and dinner 6 days a
it's a
week.
good man.
So
He loves
yeah,
sports and he loves
he
Skyline.
loves sports and
man,
loves
that's my
Skyline.
heart.
But it's no joke.
So anyway, yeah, so I didn't know that. I left my wallet at home, so I was like, "Oh, thank God," because I realized that as I'm walking in, I'm like, "Oh man, I don't. What am I gonna do?" I see his Venmo
Yeah.
on there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh." and he's walking in
He's there.
right next to me.
He's there.
We walked in together.
Did you talk to each other?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah. Well, I said hi to him, and then he was like, we were about to walk in together, and then he had to turn around and go back to his truck or something. I said hi to him, and then I was standing there figuring out how to pay, and he walked in, and I looked up, and he walked in. I'm like, oh, it looks like I'm paying you, and he's like, yeah, I gotta figure all that out or whatever.
I
And
can't
so,
believe he said to continue to pay.
oh,
Kills
yeah,
doesn't pay. You
well,
were obviously there to watch me.
yeah,
You weren't there for who were Kings. You weren't there to watch Kings.
right.
It's ridiculous.
So, but so
I'm
for
getting your money back.
no, don't get my money back for whatever reason.
That
I might have
$4. I'm giving you the $4.
I overpaid too, by the way,
Oh,
because
Jesus Christ, man.
here's what happens. I go in there, I see the Venmo. For some reason, I can't use Venmo unless I'm on um Wi-Fi.
Okay.
I've messed with it a bunch. I can't figure that out. I don't know why that is.
If you're listening to this podcast and you can help us out, shoot Adam some help here.
Yeah. So anyway, I start trying to do and I realize I'm not on Wi-Fi. I don't know what Delheim Middle School's Wi-Fi is. So I'm like, oh. So I kind of pretend like I got it, and then I just like stepped away and went over and watched, and and I'm like, all right, I got to remember when I leave here to pay, and when I get back home. I mean, because I'll be on Wi-Fi. So I do. I get home, and I'm like, I think it might have been four, but was it? I can't remember exactly if it was four. So I sent him $5,
You
and
went.
you have to put a little like reason why or whatever, people usually use emojis or something like that.
Yeah.
I put Coach Witt's first win.
Nice. Did you really?
$5. Yep.
Oh my God. I hope he gives that back to you. That's so ridiculous. First off, how funny is it? The coordinator puts his personalized Venmo on there. As soon as I walk in, I saw that and I'm laughing. And the referee up there knows him and he comes over. And I was like, you see this? And Rick's like, yeah, you think there's gonna be an investigation on basketball here soon. I know that's right. Going straight to there. I was cracking up laughing.
Yeah. Very, very good. So anyway, so that was a little story that I forgot
I
about.
like that. So number one, you paid too much.
I paid extra.
And number two, you shouldn't have paid at all.
I shouldn't have paid it all.
Number three,
I could have gotten away with it.
you could have got away with it. Number four, I love the fact that you put Coach Witt's first one. I got my first ever victory as a head coach in basketball. And that's what I did. I told as soon as the game was over, I was like, boys, it wasn't pretty, but I just want to tell you this. I want to thank every one of you for getting me my very first ever win as a head coach. Half of them looked at me like, "You've never been a coach before," and I was like, like they said that, and they like gave me a weird look, and I was like, "Never been the head coach, never been actually." And I was head coach for one time when Eric was unable to be at the game, and we lost. So,
all right. Well, you were interim coach, so
I was an interim. I was interim head coach. Doesn't matter. I didn't win, so it still wasn't my first win there either.
Yeah. But that doesn't count against your official head coaching record, I feel like.
So here's my question though. This is the preseason CPYBL. They didn't even keep score. Like they didn't even. There was nowhere to even attach a score. Couldn't even put a score on there.
Oh, okay.
So have I actually had my first win yet?
Oh, well.
I mean, is exhibition preseason? Is that a win?
So, I mean, so this brings up what I was getting ready to say is you just got your first win. Tonight, Gino Auriemma became the all-time college basketball wins leader. I feel like that's not a coincidence. I feel like he's at the end of his career. He's the all-time leader now. You've gotten your first of 1,200 whatever wins.
Well, I mean, by the time he was 40, I'm sure he was just getting his first win too. So
yeah, it might have been before that.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
So anyway, yes.
Congratulations. Blah. There you go. That's my tongue now working. Congratulations, Gino Auriemma.
Good job.
Who did he beat? Who did he take over?
It was
I don't even know who is it. It's not
Vander
who has
Vander
the most? Is it a women's?
Yeah. But it's all
Because
college basketball.
yeah, because he already overtook all of the men's coaches. He was already above
Yeah.
all of them.
Yes. Yes. Um, yes. Vander Veer or
Who did they coach? I don't even know who that is.
my mind's blank.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It's okay.
It's
It's okay. It's okay.
that's coming. That was Xavier 180 to 55.
Yeah, nice little 25 point. Oh no, that was more than 25 points. 80 to 50.
80,
Oh no,
80,
25,
80,
25, 25,
55. 80,
25.
55, yeah.
Sorry, 25.
Yes. Yeah, he beat Tara Vanderveer. Yeah, Tara Vanderveer from Stanford.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, she was there she was there longer than she was there before Pat Summit was at Tennessee.
Yeah, possibly.
Because I mean, she coached in that same era as Gino and Pat Summit, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
just
Stanford
retired.
was just really good, and she coached for a really long time.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
good for Gino. I gotta tell you, man, I can only imagine how difficult it must be to have coached through 30 years, basically, right? Three, four, five generations of really three, I guess, generations of girls in the way you have to be now compared to the way that you would have been then, and to not have been in any trouble, to never have any scandals. I mean, that's tough to be a really good, and he's known as like a tough, hard
Oh yeah.
coach. And when you're a guy coaching girls and you're tough and hard, that can come back and bite you in the butt right now.
Yeah.
So to be able to do that for 30 years and still keep that and people still respect you and no scandals. I've never heard a single anything
Yeah.
off Gino Ariano.
If there were, I don't
So
remember.
first off, it gives me like for me when I'm coaching little girls right now, I'm telling them to use their butt, and I stand in front of them and push my butt into them. And I'm like, is that okay? I don't even know if that's okay. I feel bad after I do it, but I'm like, I'm just I'm just showing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not rubbing my booty on anybody or doing anything disgusting,
Yeah.
but they all laugh. It's a little giggle time because I say the word butt and all that stuff happens. But like little things, if there's not another coach there or something weird, like
Yeah.
it can be like things can get taken out of context. So
Absolutely.
very happy for him, proud of him because 90% of the people in the world are good people.
Yeah.
And you just hear so many bad things.
Yeah.
So good for a guy like him that
100%.
can make it that long.
Yeah. Yep. So congratulations to him, but more importantly, congratulations to you on your
First up,
first basketball coaching win.
baby.
Yeah.
Let's
Very exciting.
go.
First of many.
I'm so stoked that we play back to back on Sunday,
Yeah.
December. That's so cool.
Yep.
2 days after Thanksgiving. Okay. So the Sunday after Thanksgiving, everybody out there, you want to know what the nosebleeds are all about? You want to know what the nosebleeds podcast anchors are all about? Come to St. Jude at 1 o'clock, stay till 3, and find out what these boys are all about. You want to know where we are? You're going to find out.
Now, I'm not a head coach this year.
Doesn't matter. You're the coach.
I'm a coach.
You're a coach.
A coach.
Doesn't matter. You want to know where we stand? You want to know how we are as coaches? We talk about coaching stuff all the time. You want to see how we handle children, how we handle athletes, youth athletes? 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, St. Jude. Come on down.
Bingo.
I got a tough game.
Do you?
Yeah, I got a tough game.
I can't remember who we played, but I have to look.
I got a tough game.
Okay. I was at your casa on Friday
Yes.
for the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight.
Yeah.
All right. We talked about it a little bit leading up to it. And it was going to be exciting to see what Mike Tyson was able to do at 58 years old. That ended up being a very disappointing fight.
In more ways than just the fight.
Yeah.
More ways than just the fight. I thought that my internet was breaking down. I felt really bad because what did we have? I mean, 20 people here? Not that
Yeah,
many.
it was-
Maybe 15,
Yeah.
10. I don't know.
Including kids. Yeah, probably 20.
Probably
Yeah.
20 with
Yeah.
kids. Um, felt really bad because I'm getting the red spinny wheel of death, up on the screen, and I'm going out and going in, and Adam's sitting next to me and he's looking at me, and I'm like, I probably should just left it up there, right? Adam's like, I'm not telling you no, but yeah, yeah, you probably should have. But anyway, turns out the whole world had this issue.
Yeah.
So Netflix, that was a fail. It's
Yeah.
a fail on Netflix side. If this was any kind of fight, I thank God that we were able to see the good fight.
Yeah.
We got to see all of the good fight without the spinning wheel of death.
Right.
Serrano and
Uh,
the Irish girl,
Katie Taylor. I think I wrote it down.
Holmes,
Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor, who
And Amanda
won.
Serrano. Yeah.
Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. Taylor won even with the headbutt, multiple headbutts. Serrano's coach not happy, making it very clear she's a good fighter, but she leads with her head. Every single person's been cut that she's played in the same spot that she's played. Gosh, that's so bad. That's so bad that she's fought in
It's
the
not
same spot.
totally wrong.
Uh, dude, that was a gash.
Yeah. It looked like you could have put another eye there.
I
Like it
mean,
was open enough to fit another eyeball in it.
so the thing, the Q-tips, they got the Q-tips they stick in their nose. Those are disgusting already. They're
Sure.
huge and they shove them all the way up there. But then they have the cotton sticks. I want to call them a cotton stick. It's about an inch long and about an eighth of an inch thick, which is pretty thick, by the way. Maybe a little more than that. They put that whole thing.
Oh yeah.
They put that whole thing in that gash and like we're closing it. Like you could have lost the cotton stick
Yeah.
inside her eye if
Yeah.
they would have done it. That was insane.
Yeah.
And that girl kept fighting and fought very well, by the way, and somehow lost. Second time she lost in a row against Katie Taylor. Both very close decisions, from what I understand.
So did you hear? I just saw today that Katie Taylor is going to be suspended for
really,
all the because she
like you
obviously
said, last three fights. I mean, the other coach called her out right there. Like, and he did it. He did it I feel like he did it the right way. He was pissed and he called her out and said it happens every time she fights. These people never get cut. They've all been cut when she's fighting. And at the same time was like, I'm not, but then called her and was like, she's a good fighter. Like I'm not taking, like, she's good, but this happens every time and it has to stop.
Yeah.
So because he gave her props for sure. Like,
he said something like she's a beautiful person, but she's
she's got a big head. She's
Yeah,
got a
right.
big head. She just leads with her big head.
Yes, that is what he
Giant. I think it was giant head. Like you said, leads with her giant head. Yes. She's
Yeah.
a beautiful person, but she's just got a giant head.
Yeah. So yes, but that was a great fight. It was a really, really good
I
fight.
didn't
That
know
was the
she was
best one.
suspended.
I just saw that today.
What happens in that case? Like she's got 5 belts.
Yeah, I don't.
So what do you get? You get suspended. Nobody. I mean, it just means that nobody's fighting for any belts for a while.
I guess. Yeah. I don't. I didn't see how
How
long
does
the
that hurt you?
suspension was.
Like, how does that hurt you?
I guess you just can't fight for, whatever it is, 6 months, a year, or whatever they decide, I think. So you can't make money on a fight during that time, I guess. But yeah, if it's long enough, if it's a long enough time, I would think they would make, do like an interim
Yeah,
champ or something.
yeah,
and
and then
then
make
the
her
fight.
have to fight back for it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause that
that's what
stuff's
WWE would do. You
I
got to
was
drop the belt, bro. You
yeah,
got
I
to
was
drop
gonna
the belt.
yeah, I was gonna say they've done that in the UFC a bunch of times too.
Yeah, you
Uh,
drop the belt and then you come back and you got to get it back.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, every time John Jones has been caught with drugs in his system or whatever, and he just won a fight.
Came back and won again.
Yeah.
And did you see the dance he did afterwards?
I don't think I did.
No?
I don't know.
So Trump was there,
Mhm.
right?
He's at all of them, I think.
Oh, he's always there with Dana White and who's the oh my God, ball with the ball to bang diggy.
Oh
diggy,
yeah,
said the boogie.
goofball.
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
Sorry. That's how I know him is ball with the ball. Uh so Trump's there. John Jones wins, looks over and does the Trump dance that Trump does at all his
Uh,
rallies. Okay, like everybody's been celebrating with. All these NFL players have been doing it and stuff. When they,
really?
oh, there was like 3 or 4 different NFL touchdown celebrations and college celebrations where they did the Trump dance.
Goofy old white guy.
Then he went over and gave his belt to Trump afterwards. It was weird, and sat down there and talked to him for a while. It got weird real quick, real quick. Anyway,
Interesting.
that's besides the point. We just talking about John Jones. John Jones has been suspended so many times.
Yeah.
It's not even funny. Uh, but he's also a bad man.
I mean, I've heard enough people say he's the best fighter ever.
I
I mean,
to say that, just to say that is pretty crazy. But then when you start hearing Rogan and people like that say it,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
when Rogan says something about UFC, not just anything, but
Yeah.
about UFC,
Right.
that dude did like his first 8 fights for free just because he loved UFC, right?
Yeah.
Like it's insane. He's seen them all. For somebody like that to say that, like that's a bad man. That's a
Yes.
bad man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, dropped the belt, suspended. Speaking of that, I'm reading all these things about the Tyson-Paul fight. Paul suspended. They're both gonna be suspended. Da da da. Because this was a sanctioned fight. You could bet on this fight.
Mhm.
And that was obviously in the very beginning. Apparently, in the second round, there's a thing going around. I apologize. There's a video going around where Paul kind of leaves himself open, and Tyson had an overhand right or left that he could have thrown, and he started to throw it and held back.
Mhm.
That video is going around, and everybody's talking about that. Tyson should have knocked him out. He's getting paid not to knock Jake Paul out. I'm going to be very clear. This was an 8 round fight.
Yeah.
Jake Paul carried Mike Tyson through 8 rounds.
100%. Yeah.
Not like you can talk about one instance in the fight where Mike Tyson had an opportunity. First off, Mike Tyson didn't have his feet under him the entire fight, outside of 10 seconds of every round. Even in those 10 seconds, he didn't have them. The second Jake Paul came at him, he was stumbling. His feet were going back. He didn't have, like, he's got the bad knee. You could see everything was bad. He was carried through this fight. Obviously, he was not supposed to get knocked out. Obviously, Jake Paul was not going to get knocked out. Nothing was going to happen in this fight.
Yeah.
This I thought that I was reading a bunch of stuff, heard a bunch of stuff saying they were both getting suspended. They're both under investigation. I guess what I've come to find out is that, man, I'm so sorry I don't have a cough button.
We're both
Yeah, we're
coughing
struggling here.
suddenly too.
Yeah, yeah, it
Like
just
I was
came out of
fine.
nowhere. They are under investigation. No one's been suspended,
Okay.
is what I've read. Have you looked at any of this?
No, I did hear that there's an investigation. And yet I've seen people talking about it on TV and stuff that showing where they're pulling punches. Both of them really
Mhm.
probably. And
Jake Paul could have knocked him out 15 times.
yeah.
Maybe not knocked him out, but could have hurt him,
Yeah.
badly hurt him.
Right.
And he was stumbling so much.
Yeah. So anyway, really disappointing from the Tyson fight standpoint and from the Netflix performance
Mhm.
standpoint. Also, we kept joking about it all night, but they had Rosie Perez,
Oh,
they had Cedric the Entertainer. Like I mean
Michael Irving,
yeah, Michael Irvin.
Jerry Jones,
Yeah.
like
I know like Rosie Perez what has been for her, like her whole life a huge boxing fan. That's great. But she's an actress. Cedric the Entertainer might be he's a boxing fan too. He's talked about it on stage.
guess what?
But
I'm a boxing fan.
yeah, I know. Like just because they're celebrities and they like boxing does not qualify. Like I know, like in the venue, you have to have like time in between fights to clean up and what get
Yep.
everything ready for the next fight. So you have to fill TV time. But it was just I wish
And
they
you've
could.
seen it with Snoop, and you've seen it with different people.
Yes.
None of them are any good unless you see them when they've got like I'm gonna screw this guy's name up, but Adesanya. Adesanya. What's his name?
The
Israel
Israel
Adesanya.
Adesanya.
Is
Yeah.
that his name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that dude does UFC all the time when he's not fighting.
Mm.
It's unbelievable when he's out there talking. But when they bring some rando out like Rosie Perez or said the entertainer, doesn't do me any good. When I'm going to tell you the best part, the funniest part was when Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis were out there.
Yeah.
Number one, I'm looking at boxers that know what they're talking about. Number two, Holyfield can't hear anybody in his earpiece. And Lennox Lewis is not asking the question that he was told to ask him.
Yeah.
And looked like Holyfield was a little irritated.
Yeah. Yeah. It looked like Holyfield was just like out of it, like he was just gone. But it was just because he couldn't hear
He
anything.
couldn't hear, so you feel oblivious to the world in that
Mhm.
case anyway. And then you got to try to react. And look, no offense, but you're I mean, you're a boxer from from the deep south. You don't have the best education in your life. You're just you're
Yeah.
just there, dude. You're just there.
You've been punched thousands of times in your head. And
Exactly.
yeah.
My man is just hanging out. And I'm not saying that he wasn't with it. I'm just saying that he had no idea what was going on.
I don't think Evander Holyfield and actually several former boxers um seem like they're
Yeah,
all
all
there.
there. Lennox Lewis looked great. I
Yeah.
thought Lennox Lewis did a phenomenal job. I would love to see Lennox Lewis on that stuff
Mhm.
in boxing.
Yeah.
Saw a really cool thing real quick. The what's the he does a ton of MMA, bald guy. He did all the in-ring interviews.
Ariel Helwani.
Hawane. Uh, so he was told, this is going on and Jake Paul's happening and this is going on. Is this just showing how far boxing has come and how low it's come and it's just no good anymore? And he goes, the fact that you even say that tells me how much you don't pay attention to boxing.
Mm.
He's like, we've got one of the greatest heavyweights ever. We've got one of the best heavyweight matches coming up in December with Tyson Fury. We've got with ESPN Friday Night Fights and apparently it's on a couple other things. He's like, boxing is doing amazing. Boxers are making more money than UFC fighters.
Mm.
They are raking it in. Boxers are doing amazing. Boxing is alive, but you gotta find it. If you don't go get it,
Yeah.
then you're not gonna watch it. It's on every Friday on ESPN, every Friday night on ESPN, and they are amazing fights. I've watched. I'm not gonna act like I watch it all the time. Over the last year, I've probably watched 4 times. I've seen two title fights. I've seen like it's good. It's great boxing. And it's free on ESPN.
I
You,
haven't watched Friday Night Fights in a long time, but in my 20s and probably early 30s, I watched Friday Night Fights all the time.
yeah,
Like get home, it's on late too.
yep. It's on late. Starts at like 9 o'clock, and the last fight's at like midnight.
So I'm getting home from Elder Games or wherever,
Yeah,
and I'm watching Friday Night Fight. Yeah, I did that all the time, and it has been a long time, but yeah, it's Friday Night Fights were always great. Yeah,
I'm just saying that Jake Paul and what he's done with boxing, like people talk about what they've done. First off, Jake Paul didn't do this. This didn't. This started with McGregor and
oh Floyd.
Floyd Mayweather. That's where this started. Is there anybody before that that did any of this kind of stuff? Or was it Floyd? I mean, I feel like it was Floyd and McGregor that started this.
Yeah,
And it just grew from when they had that giant and Floyd Mayweather said, I'm gonna win the fight in the eighth round. And he goes out and in the eighth round, he starts boxing and beats up McGregor. Man, I apologize. It was like, okay, here, this is where boxing is. But it's what people want to see.
yeah,
Nobody's getting in Nobody's getting in a ring with an MMA fighter with 4-ounce gloves
right.
where you get hit and you're getting hit. Like that's hit. You're getting kicked. You're getting punched. You're getting punched with almost a bare knuckle
Yeah.
and you're getting choked out. Nobody's doing that. I'll fight you with 12-ounce gloves. I'll fight you with 10-ounce gloves. We'll box. Way stricter rules. All this stuff. And then it becomes a thing where, oh, we're celebrities and we can box. We can make some money because people want to watch us get beat up.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Don't sanction them.
Yeah.
Don't do what you did with Paul and Tyson. Don't sanction them.
I
Don't put
agree.
it on their professional record.
That should have never been the case. Yeah.
Never should happen. Always have a great undercard. Always have a great undercard so people can see what boxing is. And then have something for fun. Have a Tyson and Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have that out there. That's fun.
It's not going to be a good product probably, but
No,
the
it's
names will make people watch.
but like when you get young guys like Jake Paul and KSI, like you get it's like all the the YouTube fight, right? Like Logan Paul and KSI, who's some dude for apparently is a YouTuber from Europe, right? And Jake Paul and London and uh Logan Paul fought. They boxed. It was huge. And they boxed. They went at each other and like were really boxing and tried to beat each other up. And it was decent boxing. It wasn't great. It was decent.
Yeah.
But it was like two guys everybody knows trying to beat each other up. I love that. Give me Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise in a ring. I want to see that. I would pay to watch that. I don't care who wins. But I'd pay to watch that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm fine with that side of it. I'm totally fine with that side of it. Have a good undercard. Really promote the real boxing part of it, that undercard and the real boxing. Give me a title fight under it like they did with this. Let us all see what real boxing is and then go, okay, now the show. Now it's time for the show.
Yeah.
And then put the show on. But everybody sees what real boxing is. I'm totally fine with this. I don't have any problem with it. There's a lot of people that hate it.
Yeah, whenever they start talking about these like celebrity fights, I'm like, I roll my eyes, and I'm like, this is dumb. But I agree. I totally agree with you. If you want to use those big names to draw people to kind of sell boxing, because there were what were there 3 undercard fights
There was
on
a
this
total
one?
of 4 fights altogether. So
Yeah,
3 undercards and
at least 2 of the undercard fights were really good fights.
yeah, the first one they weren't great.
Yeah.
The one guy tried to hump somebody in a corner.
Right.
Got really
Yeah,
weird.
that wasn't. But the other one was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then the Katie Taylor and Amanda
That was amazing.
for no Serrano
Serrano.
because her initials are AS.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, well, I also should probably turn the microphones up. Yeah, so take two.
yeah,
I don't know how this is gonna start. So welcome back everybody to the Nosebleed Sports Podcast. I'm Chris Witt, and with me as always is Mr. Adam Schmidt. The first run of this,
Yeah.
probably recorded. We're 90% sure it recorded.
I think we're good.
A lot of Tyson fight. A lot of my mouth hurts. A lot of what else did we talk about?
Coaching.
Coaching. A lot of coaching. Yeah, we get to
First
coach
win.
back to back. I'm so excited. I'm sitting on the same bench as you guys.
Unless we lose.
No.
Then you gotta sit on the other one.
I'm making it a winner. I'm making it a winner. No, I just want to sit in the same seat as you. Let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah.
I've got some issues with my assistant coach.
Okay.
He's one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Love this guy. And my man is he's my dude. This is my guy. Love him. I want my assistant coach to sit next to me.
Oh, he sits on the end.
He sits on the far end,
Yeah.
nowhere near me. And because I just want to be able to go ahead whenever you're ready to put people in, bud. That's my way of saying it's time to start rotating. Like, dude's tired. Like, there's kids tired. But he's all the way at the other end. I'm not a stand-up coach kind of guy, but the game you were at, I stood up almost the whole game.
Yeah.
I didn't the first 2 games I felt more comfortable because I sat almost the whole game.
Oh, I pictured you as a stand-up basketball
Did you?
coach.
So when you were there, I was standing up coaching almost the whole game.
Yeah.
And I was pacing. I'm one end to the other.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
Jerry Tarkanian with the towel, right?
I saw your towel.
I keep the towel on me. I sweat like a son of a gun, dude. So I gotta keep a towel. And one guy called me Tark while we were
You got
there.
a bite on
Yeah, and that's what I told him. I said, I went grabbed it and I put it in my mouth like that.
it.
I slap it against the floor is usually my thing when I'm irritated. Instead of biting it, I just slap it against the
And
floor.
then don't put it in your mouth after that.
Well, actually, it was really funny.
You
So
know
I'm
me.
still timeout gets called by the other team. We're playing Kings. Timeout's called by the other team, and I I go to the middle to the scores table, and I ask um, how many fouls one of the kids had. And as I do it, the guy keeping the book for the other team knocks his drink over, and it's got like pop in it or something.
Saw that.
And I jump down, grab it, pick it up, grab my towel, wipe it down. And I was like, man, I'm quicker than the kids in the college game, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Didn't bother me. I still used it to wipe my brow.
Sure. Sure. What's a little Coke on the brow?
Mm.
Um, yes. So,
Speaking of Coke on the brow,
yeah, we already talked about Tyson. And I also watched for the first time in a long time this past weekend I watched oh god, big Coke movie. Scarface.
did you?
Yeah.
I watched Scarface like a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, when I was out of town one night, I was like just on Netflix or something, and I saw Scarface, and I was
That's
like,
where I
I'm
watched it.
watching this,
That's exactly where I watched it.
and not as good as I remember it. It was good.
Yeah.
I feel like some of these old movies, I watch them, and I'm like The Godfathers. I don't. I loved The Godfathers in my 20s. I watch them, and I'm like, I'm falling asleep, man. Like this
Oh.
is so slow and so like this is
Oh wow.
not I love The Godfathers, and I will to this day stand on The Godfathers.
I
What
still
is it?
haven't seen them.
Stand on what?
Yeah, I still haven't seen the
Well,
Godfather.
now don't watch them.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it's
probably
too
won't.
late. Did
Yeah.
you like Scarface?
Yeah.
You like Scarface? Oh, you like Godfathers then? I feel like they're very similar. They're very similar. Like there's some times in Scarface where I'm like, oh my God, I get it. You're going to a club. I get it. You're gonna go eat. I get it. You're doing blow. I get it. Like, let's get to what is going on.
Yeah.
And yeah, Godfather feels that way. Sometimes they're long,
Yeah.
long movies.
Yeah, the Godfathers are long.
Godfather's are long.
Yeah.
Like, let's go to Italy. Now we're gonna go to Italy and live in Italy and meet our cousin that we want to date or something weird. I don't know. It gets real weird.
Okay. So anyway,
Or maybe I'm mixing it. Maybe I'm mixing Sopranos in at the same time. I don't know. I
It's all
love
the
the
same.
Sopranos. Sopranos is the greatest TV show outside of Seinfeld I've ever watched.
Wow. Never saw The Sopranos either.
You've seen Seinfeld.
I've seen Seinfeld. Yeah. Um,
You've never seen Sopranos?
no,
Bro, you'd love Sopranos.
really.
What about Peaky Blinders?
No, never saw it.
Breaking
This is
my
all
heart,
this is all
dude.
organized crime TV, right?
Yeah. Why did I think you would be into something like that?
I just don't watch
I'm so into
stuff.
those things. I'm so into organized crime. I love it.
Yeah.
I watch the documentaries on the bosses and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I'll watch documentaries on stuff like that. But I guess the drama shows I just don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, Peaky Blinders, give it 3 episodes.
Okay.
Peaky Blinders, give it 3 episodes. Do you have the HBO?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure my fingers straighten out.
What do you
If you have
what
the
are you, your dad's pinky?
yeah, that's what I felt like for a second. I just I was listening to Dan Patrick today, and apparently Dan Patrick and John Elway got some disease where their fingers don't straighten out. And now like I tried I went to go straighten my hand and my one finger was crooked. And I went, oh God, it scared me for a second. Anyway, give Peaky Blinders 3 episodes. Put the subtitles on because you need them.
Oh.
Dude,
Oh.
badass.
Oh, wait. Is this an English show?
Oh, it's so good, dude. Peaky Blinders is so good.
But it takes place like in England or something like that. Is that
Yeah, in
right?
like the 20s or
Okay.
10s or something. Like at one point, I think it's like the beginning of Cars. When did Cars come around? It's the beginning
Oh,
of Cars.
the 20s. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the beginning of Cars. Because in the beginning they don't have cars, they ride horses. And
Okay.
then they have cars in the end.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I don't love a movie that's all accents.
Bro, it's
But
I know it,
but
I get it, but
but I like some of that old language,
oh, so cool.
some of the phrases and
So
stuff like
cool.
that.
And the hair and the suits and the
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love Peaky Blinders is that's the cat's meow.
So it is the cat's meow.
It's the cat's meow.
Is it the cat's pajamas though?
It might be the dog's bark.
Okay. I mean, well, well, is it the bee's knees?
It's the bee's knees. Well done, my friend. That's as far as we can go because I got
Those are
nothing else. I
those are
got
the ones
nothing
I
else.
haven't even heard the
Yeah.
dogs bark. But
Is it the cow's moo? I don't know.
yeah, I guess yeah. Is it the giraffes "Meow," or whatever whatever noise they make?
It's a pig zoink.
Pigs on it's the
Yeah,
pigs on yeah.
pig zoinks.
Yeah.
It's the goat's neigh. No, that's a horse's neigh.
Horses neigh, the goats baa.
The goat's scream. I don't know. The sheep's
Yeah.
bow. Yeah. Anyway, besides the point, we need to get we got to finish this thing up, Bub.
Yeah, we do.
Because we could say, I watch these Joe Rogan. I don't watch a lot of them, but like 3 hours Rogan's on for.
Every time. Yeah.
So like, and it's this. This is all it is.
I know.
Okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm sorry. I know we said we got to move on, but I gotta say this. I'm watching a few Rogan clips the other night. A lot of them with Shane Gillis.
Mhm.
I'm really into Shane Gillis.
Yeah. A
Dude,
lot of people are.
dude's pretty funny. And I'm watching this Rogan Gillis thing, and Shane Gillis is telling a story about SNL and his whole story about that.
Mhm.
Joe Rogan, legit, I don't think he heard half of the stuff that Shane Gillis said.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have a question for him. He didn't have anything to say to him. Like, and I start going back and I start thinking about these other Joe Rogan's podcast. My dude's so high
Yeah.
most of the time. He puts nothing into the podcast.
I know. It seems like he zones out a lot.
He zones out. It's like half the time he asks a question that has nothing to do with the dude just even said.
Yeah.
Like he's not even listening to
Exactly.
what the guy's saying. So many times I'm like, dude, I don't think you're even listening to him.
Because there have been a bunch of I'll usually watch when there's a comedian I like on, and somebody will say something really funny, and Joe Rogan is looking at the screen and say, "Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! That's a spaceship coming out of the sea."
Theo
Look at
Vaughn. Theo Vaughn.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn's been on there a couple times, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. And
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's just staring at him like he's got three heads.
Yeah.
And Theo Vaughn looks uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yes.
Looks uncomfortable. Like I thought that was really good. I thought I hit him with some good. I thought I hit him with a good two-piece right there. I'm just trying to be Theo Vaughn here. Like
Yeah.
I thought I hit him with a good two-piece. I don't know. I split his wig one time.
We had a guy down there one time.
Yeah, we called him Little Mike
Yeah.
only because he had a little pinky.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're right. I totally agree with you on that on the Rogan stuff. Um, I mean he knows about a lot of stuff, but it seems like
He-
more and more.
He's not even interested in what he's doing. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't even care about what's going on.
Either way, he's going to get $500 million or whatever Spotify's paying him, and
I mean, he's blown up Houston or Texas. What is he? Houston?
Austin.
Austin.
Austin. Yeah.
Austin. Sorry, Houston is where we just watched Higgins.
Yeah.
Austin, Texas is now all of a sudden the third best place to do comedy.
Oh yeah, without question.
That's insane.
Yep.
And it's only because of the Joe Rogan pocket.
Yeah.
It's only because Joe Rogan is there and Joe Rogan opened up that place.
Yeah. Yeah, the mothership. I had that exact thought as I was watching Andy Huggins was Joe Rogan needs to have this guy on this show.
Oh, 100%.
He needs to have this guy. I
Yeah.
mean, it would just be fun to listen to him talk he might not even be that funny for 3 hours, but it would be cool to hear like he has so much
Just the
life.
stories,
Yeah.
40 years in comedy and
Yeah.
all the people he's been around and heard and seen and done acts with. The
Yeah.
dude's been, I mean,
Hey, I bet he knows so many comedians from all those years. And especially, and I feel like Rogan likes that stuff, like comedy from the 80s and stuff.
comedy.
Because Rogan's like 60 or something like that. I mean,
Rogan's a nut about comedians,
mhm,
any old comedians, anybody that came up with him from the 80s, especially 90s and 2000s.
mhm,
He's a nut about that.
yep.
He's a nut about space. He's a nut like, but that's one, and fighting, but that's the one thing, like Joey Diaz, or like he made Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
Joey Diaz was what's this guy's Huggins? What's his first name?
Andy.
Joey Diaz is just another Andy Huggins. Honestly, he's a really good comedian that would have been left underground
Yeah,
doing
probably.
doing would have made money and would have been a successful comedian and went around and did shows all over the country,
But not as
but
famous.
never been as famous if it wasn't for Rogan,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
So that's the thing though. There's a lot of those out there, I'm sure,
Yep.
that are, this dude in 77 or whatever they said became a regular at what's Polly Shore's,
Oh, the comedy
at
store.
the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Was became a became a paid act at the Comedy Store in
Yep.
77, and I've never heard of this dude until now.
I know. I was thinking that. Yeah, that the lead up. Maybe let's just start the Andy Huggins thing now and
We
then
can
do
do
Mount
that. We
Rushmore.
can do Mount Rushmore afterwards.
I yeah, that little like thing before he started,
Hmm.
that little like, and it was pretty quick,
I
which
mean, it was a
was great.
minute.
Yeah, but it was like a little timeline of his
Yeah.
career, and that was interesting enough, and there was little bits of information there where I was like, wow, I've just in the last year heard about this guy for the first time.
Yeah, and that makes me want to go like Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray and guys like that. You know what I mean? Like what they've got to have stories about this guy. They got to know who this dude was. He
Yeah,
obviously was big enough to be a headliner, not a headliner. What's a paid
paid
every
regular.
night regular,
Yeah,
right? Like if he's there, he's going to get paid as one of the last guys. He's traveling around everywhere. He's known. Like those guys got to know him, right? Like was
yeah,
his drinking so bad that it messed him up? Kind of like a dude who's the guy from long hair, the black lady's on his show. He's the biggest guy on Sirius Radio.
long hair,
Long curly
black ladies on the
hair,
show.
wears glasses.
Oh, Howard Stern.
Howard Stern.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's the guy's name from Howard Stern? That was huge.
Artie Lang.
Artie Lang.
Yeah,
Is he an Artie Lang that just like it just went nuts? Like he just got too crazy into drinking and stuff
and it was
and didn't
drugs
make it?
were really, really bad at that time too, in
Yeah.
the 70s and 80s
Yeah.
coming up. Yeah,
So like I don't know. I want to know
in comedy.
more about this guy
Yeah, that's
because
exactly
he
what I mean.
survived.
Yeah,
And they made a point of there was a point in his life where he just became in love with Jack Daniels. Like that was
yeah,
they made a point to make it that in that little timeline beforehand
yeah,
and where he's at now. And it's like, okay, how did this happen?
yep. Yeah, it is really interesting. And then it's even more interesting because after that you watched what I feel like was a really, really good stand-up set for almost an hour, 45 minutes or
How
whatever it
old
was.
is he?
I think he said 74,
That's
72, 70, 73 or 74. And this came out last year.
that's so that is incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
He's probably about 75 years old now. And
I mean,
yeah,
he's a one-liner comedian.
yeah,
And
that's
it's like he said, I wanted to do 40 to 45 minutes. That's like 200 jokes.
yeah.
And it's one. And he's got to keep them together too. Like it's not like you're just joke, joke, joke and spread them out.
There's a
And no,
flow.
there's a flow to it, right? Yeah, exactly. And he had it. I don't I'm having trouble on where to go with this guy.
Okay.
I want to give this guy like a 4.7. I want to,
Yeah.
just because he's 74 years old. He did an amazing job
Yeah.
of telling all his jokes, not just telling his jokes, but I mean, he obviously, this is all about his age, which you're 74 years old. Use your age, right? Like you've
Sure.
got one. And he did a great job with the Twitter joke and the hashtag, like that stuff's all funny.
Yeah.
But he brought back a lot of stuff.
Yep.
One time he told the same joke twice in a row, back to back.
Oh, did he?
And
I missed that.
it was the whole, but he had a different hashtag after it. Like he said something
Oh,
different
yeah,
after,
yeah, yeah.
but the joke was the same. And then he said hashtag this.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal for what he was going after about the being old and senile and stuff. He brought stuff back really well.
Yeah.
And just kind of like, here and there about it. When you're a one-liner comedian and you can reach back 20 jokes ago and everybody remembers what you're joking about still, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's a good point.
But also, when you're telling 200 jokes, a couple of them ain't gonna hit.
Sure. Oh, yeah, of course.
And he probably had 8 that didn't hit. They were just,
And that's such a good percentage.
that's what I was just about to say the exact same thing. Like, I mean, I can say that, but it's like, that was, I, I loved it. I wanted to give him such a high score.
Mhm.
A lot of it is because of his age.
Yeah.
And the fact that he could remember those and tell them and have the timing and not stumble. He never stumbled one time.
I know.
Never stumbled one time. Maybe there might have been one time, but he played through it so fast that his joke just went into the next one because it felt like he was about to tell a joke and he stopped and told another joke, but it nothing felt like he screwed up. It never felt that way.
Yeah, I agree.
I I I don't I'm having trouble figuring out what to give him.
Well,
I've got an idea on what I want to give.
I already wrote mine down.
Don't say it because
Yeah.
I want to give mine before you say it because I don't want you to do it. So I want you to just talk about it.
You know, whatever in sometime in the last year when I started seeing the clips from this and some of the jokes that were just absolutely killer in these clips, I was like, whoa. And I had never heard of this guy. So I'm like, this is a guy that started comedy like in his 60s or 70s. And so I'm like, this is really because, anytime you see older comedians, it feels like they usually get a little less funny. It's just hard to
I
relate.
mean, David Tell still kills it,
Yeah,
and David
but
Tell's
he's in his late 50s.
David Tell's not 60.
I'm pretty sure he's like 59 or something
All
like that, I
right,
think.
whatever. That's old, bud. That's old.
It's getting there. Yeah,
I get it.
absolutely.
Listen, yeah, we're gonna have to look at each other and go, we're getting old.
Yeah.
So David Tell's 59, bud. That's old.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Mike Tyson old. Um,
Exactly.
call back. Uh
Let's go.
no. um, you're right. David Tell is absolutely still killer. Um, but yeah, but there are some people that I feel like older comedians that I've seen, and I'm like, all right, they're fine, but just not great anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was I mean, this feels like he's as funny and as good a joke writer as any of the really good guys now. The Shane Gillises and the Mark Normans and the Nate Bargatze's and those guys. Like,
So Mark Norman, I feel like kicks in a little bit more. Like Shane Gillis is a storyteller, but Mark Norman, this felt like like when you say he's just as good as,
mhm,
I feel like the type of comedian falls into that Mark Norman because Mark Norman's more
shorter,
of a short joke,
yeah, set up
punch,
punch. Yeah.
punch, punch,
Yes, yes,
punch.
yes. Yeah, I agree with that.
And there's nobody better right now than Mark Norman at that.
I agree with you on that too. Um, Now, so Andy Huggins is at least all these jokes, most of these jokes were like really high level. And so that was my thing was I thought this guy was kind of newer at comedy just because I had never heard of him. To find out that he's been in comedy for 45 years, then I was listening, I was watching this and I was like, "Oh, this makes sense why he's still so sharp with his words and
Yep.
still so good at writing and
He's not just an old dude that started doing comedy. He's a dude that had to keep his stuff
yeah,
sharp and tight
yeah,
to get there.
and he used some language that was, like some younger, like
Oh,
he made references to like
that was
younger
the
language
funniest
stuff.
part.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. And so you're like, oh yeah, he's been in comedy for 45 years. And so you're like, okay, that's why he's this good. But to still stay that good and to have your be 45 years in comedy and your first special that kind of blows up, that gets like out there to the public at
74.
74 years old, that's incredible.
All right. I said I wanted to give him like a 4.6, 4.7.
Okay.
I can't. I can't.
Okay.
I can't do that. But I will. I'm gonna go pretty high still. And a lot of this is because it's love for the guy. A lot of this is love for the guy. And it wasn't bad. Like, did I die laughing? No, I didn't die laughing. But when you're telling one line jokes and you can get me to laugh 8, 10 times, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go above a 4
Mhm.
because I feel like everybody should watch it. Let's go 4, 4.7. Let's go uh, cut it in half. Let's go 4.3.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 4.3. And I feel confident about it. I know I feel like I'm talking myself out of it, but at the same time, I 100% believe this dude deserves every bit of it. Show me. What do you show me?
100%.
4.2. Schmitty's going 4.2.
Yeah.
We're on it together on this one.
I could easily be 4.3. I could even be probably 4.4. But yeah, I
And
felt the same
the thing
way.
is, it's not like Nate Bargatze's more funny than this guy.
Uh, yeah, probably like
But I've given Nate Bargatze 4.5, 4.6 on these,
and we've watched 3 or 4 Nate Bargatze
and
specials.
all of them have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I give him great scores every time.
Right.
My point of saying that is, I can't give him. I want to give this dude everything because of who he is and all that. But he's not top of the line, top comedy. Like,
Okay.
he's not the best there is.
Sure.
He is really, really good. And I believe that gives you every bit of a 4 something. But you don't get 4.4, 4.5, 4.6. I feel like that's saved for me. That feels saved for as good as it gets.
Yeah.
I'm not giving a 5 out. I think I gave 1 5 out, and I don't remember what it was, but
I think it might have been the original Kings of Comedy.
it probably it probably
I think it was.
was.
I think that might
It
still be
probably
our highest.
was. It might be our
Okay.
highest one.
Anyway, um, yeah. Speaking of Cedric the Entertainer,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Good callback.
this was really yeah. This was this is really good.
It was really good.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
haven't seen Andy Huggins, it makes me want to see if I can find more of his stuff from earlier.
So I was on YouTube and I saw, like, I just typed in Andy Huggins on YouTube. And there's only, like, if you can scroll for a while, and if you look at what he's wearing in the background, it's like 3 different things. It's
Mhm.
not a lot.
Yeah,
It's not a lot of stuff out
that's
there.
kind of feel that's what I feel
But
like.
then you see all the comedians at the end of the special.
Yeah,
I mean, there's 8 comedians on there, and they're all obviously people that probably travel with him, and they're people in that local area. That I only recognize 2 people out of all of them, but they're talking about their favorite jokes of him, and it's the same ones we listen to, and they're talking about him, and they're laughing, and they're telling stories about him and where he was and where they. This dude's still traveling around, man. This dude is still
that was the other thing too.
working. My man is still working.
I'm sure he doesn't travel as much as like a lot of the other people who travel every weekend, but because
My man's still working.
he has oh yeah he has a kind of a hard time getting around a little bit, and he had his cane, and he
Oh,
was
so I don't know how much of that is a bit too. That was so
you think
good.
so?
That's such a good bit when he stood up and he went. Well, I'm sorry, when he sat down and he said the hardest part of stand-up comedy used to be the comedy.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. That
that
was
right
really
there, I was like, I just paused. I didn't laugh. I just paused and I was like,
I
that was
I
good.
laughed at
That
that.
was really
That was
good.
really good.
And he
I also
stood up to shake his butt. And he said, my butt's small, my butt's shrinking. And he said, you can't even tell, but I'm twerking.
yeah.
Oh my God, let's go.
I love that he, first of all, I love a guy that just stands there and says funny
Well, he
things.
doesn't have much of a choice.
He doesn't have much of a choice. He can't do many act outs. But I also love somebody who picks up the mic and says the first joke. The first thing you hear him say is the first joke.
Is the first joke.
And he goes, I just paid my student loan off.
That was
That's the first words out of his mouth, I'm pretty sure.
that was so good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that.
100%. That's so good.
Yeah. So look, please watch this special, Andy Huggins early bird special on YouTube.
So good.
There's no excuse not to. It's
Yeah.
free. So
Him and Lori went to lunch. Well, she called it lunch. He called it dinner. Or him and Lori went to dinner. Oh, I screwed it up. Him and Lori went to dinner. Well, she called it lunch.
yeah.
The Marlboros and a shot of Jack, and that's the only rules. And he's like,
Yeah.
except for the fact that just don't effing talk to me.
Yeah.
It's so good. There's a lot of good ones in there.
Yeah.
Watch it. Just watch it.
Watch it.
Speaking of that,
Speaking of watching, you ever do any bird watching?
I do bird watch. I don't have a choice but to bird watch. Did I send
Right.
you the video?
I don't think you sent me the video. You did tell me about it.
I
though.
told you I was going to send you the video and I never did. I apologize. We'll watch it before we leave.
That reminds me of something that I have to show you a video before I leave as well.
Perfect. So we each have a video to show each other. So our thumbs up. That's my favorite emoji, by the way, is the thumbs up emoji. I give it out all the time.
I work with a lady who hates the thumbs up emoji. She said it would be less offensive if you sent me the middle finger emoji, because that's what it feels like to her.
So if I say to you, let's just say I say, or you say to me, hey, I just took out the trash. Yeah, just leave it at that. Hey, I just took out the trash. And I give you the thumbs up. You're mad at that? Not you specifically,
Right.
but
This lady that I worked with, yeah, she doesn't like the thumbs up. She feels like
she
feels
would
like
not
it's
like me.
dismissive.
Me and her. Oh, I mean, yeah.
Which I can understand.
I get that.
But also,
any emoji that where you just get an emoji, anything that is said to you and you get an emoji is dismissive. It can be laughing cry face, and dismissive's not bad. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just I got nothing else to say. That's all it is. Is that like kill it. That's the end of the conversation.
yeah.
Thumbs up, laughy face, crying eyes, banana, plum. What's the purple thing that people put out there all the time?
Yeah, the
It's a plum, right?
no, it's
No,
an
squat,
eggplant.
eggplant, yeah. Eggplant. Whatever you put out there.
Right.
Peach.
Yeah, that's another one.
There you go. Peach and eggplant.
Yeah, that's big. That means something.
Maybe in between the water squirting.
Yeah, that's
All right. Sorry, starting to get crazy now. But anyway, like if you answer somebody with an emoji, that's the end of the conversation. And that's what I mean by dismissive. Like, I don't mean it like I don't want to talk to you anymore. I just mean it like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's like cool, like good,
This
laughing, great.
A further
But
conversation is not needed, but I'm confirming that I
Yes.
saw your message.
I got what you got.
Yeah.
I actually think it's kind of funny or it's good, it's cool or whatever you emoji you put. If I put a laugh emoji, I probably laughed at what you said. I legit did.
Yeah.
I just don't have anything else to say.
Yeah.
And I don't have time to continue this either.
Yeah.
Like that's it. And it's not, I don't mean it offensive,
Yeah.
but I can get where somebody would feel dismissive.
Mhm.
Sounds like somebody that wants to talk too much. I'm a talk too much kind of person. I get it. I get it. When I get somebody gives me an emoji, I understand. I get you, bro. I get it. You don't want to talk to me no more.
Yeah.
I don't take offense to it.
Yeah. 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 It just
I wish the
bothered me.
bird outside my window would take the emoji and be dismissive.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You don't remember the story?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
But
know. I'm just
but
trying to get into the I'm trying to get into the Mount Rushmore however I can.
is it still like hammering into the window?
Every day.
Wow.
Every single day.
Something's in there that it
This
wants.
mama bird. No, I think it's because her nest fell over in the spring. Every day. Every single day. This disheveled, it's disheveled.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a bird. Like it's like it looks like a bird that's got nappy ass hair, like ain't showered in 3 weeks, probably has a robe on and one slipper. It just ridiculous.
You should put a bird bath out there for it.
I should,
Yeah.
but it runs into my window. It doesn't just, I talked about this last week. It doesn't just hit the window and go away. It hits the window and flaps, and spittle comes out, I guess, of its beak, and a little bit of poo comes out of its. But I don't know. But there's crap all over my window.
It's what do you call the dogs that are it's rabbit or something.
Yeah, yeah. It feels like it might have rabies.
Yeah.
But Aaron swears to God, my wife swears to God that it's just mad at us. Like it feels like we killed its babies.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's you don't you hate to so anyway, is does that bird make your
I don't know. You
I give you a thumbs
you
up emoji for
hate to, yeah, exactly. That's a
that.
laughy face. That's laughy. That's just a little cringe laugh. And it's like, okay, that's fine.
Does that bird make your Mount Rushmore of flying birds?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. In fact, Cardinals will never be on my Mount Rushmore
Cardinal, that's
because of that bird.
wow.
Because of that bird.
Yeah.
It's the craziest damn bird you've ever seen in your life.
That's that's very crazy. Um I am
What are you doing?
I'm pulling up this thing so that I can pull up pictures for mine so that I can show you really quick a picture each time I have a new bird on my Mount Rushmore. Because I'll tell you, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 10 written down.
Oh,
I
let's
I
go.
haven't chosen one yet.
I love it because this is one of the most difficult things we'll ever have.
Yeah, let's see. I think I searched obscure birds.
All right, I'm going to go first.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go one by one. Let's go
Okay.
one by one.
All right, sure. Oh, here it is. Yep, perfect.
For me, the number one flying bird
Okay.
that has lived in this world at some point in time
Uh-huh.
is the bird that I have been called most of my life,
Hmm.
the dodo bird.
Okay. Yeah.
Big beak,
Yeah.
big old schnoz on them. No idea what they really look like, but the dodo bird. A lot of cartoons have dodo birds,
Yeah.
so I'm going dodo. Dodo for numero uno.
Okay. Number one for me is going to be the tufted puffin. Now,
What
the tufted
the
puffin is
flying?
is here.
Oh,
I think
that's a cute bird.
that's
It's
oh,
got
thank you.
hair.
Thank you.
It's got legit hair. It's got an
It's got
orange beak. It's
yeah.
black. It's got an orange beak, a white face,
Yeah.
and white hair, like legit long hair.
It's got like Hulk Hogan hair. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's perfect. You just said it. That's it. It's Hulk Hogan hair.
It's golden. It's a golden hair. Yeah. Yeah, or even flare hair. Okay. So tufted puffin
Wrestler
works for me.
hair. We'll just
Wrestler
put it
wrestler.
that way.
Let's 78-year-old wrestler hair. Here we go.
Oh God.
Number two for you.
Oh, number two for me. Um, I'm gonna go America the Great. I'm going bald eagle.
Mm.
First off,
Speaking of hair.
first off, meanest bird apparently out there.
Yeah.
Just straight intensely mean. But I'm gonna go bald eagle.
Okay.
I love the fact that you did all of this research and you've got the best names right now. I know you do.
Let's stay up on the head and go helmeted hornbill.
I mean,
Let me give you a helmet. I mean, holy smokes.
The
Okay.
helmeted horn. I'm going to tell you, you talk. So, first off, it's got a gobbler. It's got a
Yeah.
black gobbler. It's got a little bit of a yellow throat, black head.
Yellow
Uh,
throat.
this dude's beak has like a Bengal stripe right at the crest and is way past the toucan with the yellow.
Mhm.
Like this thing is, if I'm describing this to the people, on top of its head, he's got a rhinoceros horn that doesn't horn, it flattens
Mm.
and it's red.
Yeah. Ah, chew. Ah, bless you.
My daughter calls that a cough shoe.
Cough shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is the helmeted hornbill.
Yeah.
That's one of the that's the ugliest bird I've ever
They
seen.
just changed the name of it from the helmeted hornbill to the yellow-throated helmeted hornbill.
I love that. But tell me it ain't got a yellow throat.
It's got a blue throat.
I mean, no, that's the gobbler. That's not the throat. The
Well, the
yellow is the throat.
yellow's the beak, isn't it?
No, down in the throat. No, that's the gobbler.
Oh,
That's not the
that.
throat. No, that's the throat right there.
Oh, that's the that's the neck or the
All right,
body
the
or
neck. All right, he's got the yellow neck.
yeah.
We'll call him neck. I
Yeah.
call it a throat.
Uh,
The neck, the throat. What's the difference?
I
Look, what is this?
to me,
That's my neck and my throat.
yeah. It
That
looks like
thing sticking out of the middle of his,
looks like a
in
blue
between his mouth and his neck cavity.
yeah,
That's a gobbler.
neck cavity.
That's a gobbler, man. That ain't a throat because it ends
Speaking of
in the
cavity.
middle. Cavity, yeah. Apparently, I've had so many cavities; they're all breaking off.
All right, there's the helmeted hornbill. What you got for number 3?
Number 3 for flying birds.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going so basic compared to all your great ones. I love this. I'm so happy I'm going first. I'm gonna go with the barn owl, only because
Barn
it
owl.
turns its head like
Three.
basically 360 degrees and can look everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're scary as hell.
Yeah. Owls are mean, I heard. Owls
You
are tough.
so funny story about I'm working at Fall City Lumber. I'm in the yard and we got an owl in the warehouse. Can't get it to get out. Like, and we got one guy that works in the warehouse that is 100% like, if you hurt that thing, you're going to jail for however many years. Like, that is a protected animal. And we're like, we just want this thing the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So we're waving brooms at it and trying to get it out. And it's in there for a week. And for a week, we found these things that when they so first off, awesome because we had mice all over the place in there.
They'll take care of that.
Dude, they eat the mice. Hey, do you know how it comes out?
Do they like puke up the bones or something?
I don't know if it's puke or poop or what, but it looks like a mouse, but just the bones. Like it eats the mouse, eats all of it, and I guess it just all of it regurgitates and soaks inside, and the bones come right back out in a little ball, exactly like the mouse looked like, minus the meat and skin.
Wow.
Crazy. So I'm going with it now.
That's like those people that can
Barn.
put a whole chicken wing in
Oh,
their mouth and pull it out and it's
so
just,
gross.
just the bone.
So gross. BT Green. I love them. I love BT Green, right? Big BT. I'm talking big BT.
Oh, okay.
I love little BT too. Little BT's my man too. I talked to Steph Green today. One of her people she works with worked with me at the Xavier game, and she's a cop, and I was like, oh, I know 2 cops. These are the ones, and she's like,
Is BT a cop?
yeah,
I
big BT, not
Oh.
not his son.
Not
Little
oh,
BT's
okay.
not.
Okay.
Big BT was on the show, uh, Police Women of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And he picked up a prostitute
Oh.
in his white
Oh
van.
yeah, yeah. I remember you telling me that.
So funny.
Yeah.
Great comic relief. That's comic relief.
I know where there's one on
If you,
Glenway Avenue. I'm gonna let him know that.
that's probably where he.
It's probably
That's
the one.
this is probably where he got it. Yeah, it was somewhere down off there. I think he was going down Elbron
Yeah.
when he did. So anyway, besides the point, saw Steph Green, talked to Steph Green today on the FaceTime. Yeah, fun stuff.
That's so for those that don't know, that is so Stephen Curry and Draymond Green had a gay baby together, and it's Steph Green.
Steph Green,
Yeah. So
100%.
okay.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal woman.
Yeah. I
She's
haven't seen her in 20 years, but
police. She's a police woman.
policewoman.
She is. She's a police. Yeah, it's not a policeman. Police woman.
Yeah. Police officer.
Oh,
Um,
nicely done.
thank you. I'm gonna go number 3 for me with what I think is the ugliest bird I've ever seen, and that is the marabou stork. So here's the
Stork's
marabou
got to
stork.
have the biggest
Let's
beak ever.
let's talk about this throat or whatever that is.
That's a gobbler. I mean, that's so. First off, that's a pink throat that leads to a hoof gobbler.
Yeah, it's a hoof gobbler. Yeah, it's a
The
hoof
gobbler looks
throat.
like a hoof. This thing's got to choke all the time because it's going to eat something. And so here's the deal.
It looks like it has baseball laces on its beak
Yeah.
or
So
something.
the beak itself is long and straight,
Yeah.
dead straight, long and straight. I'm gonna say a foot long. As it comes in, right at the snout, it's got these two red lines. Like all that's keeping it together is a piece of yarn.
Yeah.
Two pieces of red yarn hold this thing from detaching from the jaws. And then it's got this, I'm talking bicep size throat
Yeah. Yeah.
that leads down and starts getting skinny and then pops down into a gobbler that's got a hoof, an actual goat hoof on the end of the gobbler before the neck goes into the body, and that body doesn't go with the face.
No. It's
What is this thing called?
the marabou stork.
That's the ugliest bird alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, if you look up the marabou stork, the eyes are scary. They're like green. That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
Are the eyes like way out of place to Oh no, okay, okay. Yeah, because like I was thinking this was the eye, so it was like in the back, almost the back of its head, but
No,
it's
this
just
thing,
like a
look at-
giant wound.
I can't. Yeah, the ear looks like somebody just shot it in the head. Um,
Is that the ear?
I
You think
can't,
that's the ear?
yeah, I can't get over like if you cover up everything, it looks like a pig's foot for a gobbler. That's a pig's foot.
Yeah.
His gobbler is a pig's foot. It's a hoof. It's not like, a gobbler comes out of the bottom of a turkey. This weird thing. That's a pig's foot.
Yeah.
That should be called the pig foot.
I mean, that's
The pig foot neck.
it's
Look,
really
do it,
disgusting.
do it, and cover up everything but the pig foot. That's a pig foot.
It's
That's a pig foot. What's it called?
yeah,
What's it called?
Bigfoot.
No, what's
Oh,
the bird called?
marabou stork.
Marabou stork.
It's just
I gotta go to Marabou.
yeah, you should. It looks like just its beak, both top and bottom, just look like scrap pieces of splintered wood that
Oh
came
yeah,
off.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
what kind of wood? Refer to last week's episode.
Yeah.
So
Literally called wood.
tell you all about wood.
So I got to come up with my fourth now.
Yeah.
My fourth bird on the Mount Rushmore of birds. You know what I'm going to go with, bub?
I don't. Not yet. Anyway.
I'm going to go with an Oriole. I know nothing
Or-
about Orioles
Yeah. I know
except
they
for it's got this weird orange thing randomly on it.
they
I'm in.
were they're originally from
Baltimore.
I'm
That's
not
all I know too.
this next one's not going to be on my Mount Rushmore. I just want to show you what the name of it is.
That's the Andean cock of the rock.
That's the name of a
Nice.
bird.
The cock of the rock. That's what my nickname was back in high school.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was just, yeah, actually, it was a little bit flip flopped. It was more of the rock of the cock, but cock of the rock, whatever.
I better find my next one
Before I get
before that
too
gets out
deep.
of hand.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is gonna be this might be related to the bird outside your window, maybe, but um this is the Hoatzin. The Hoatzin. Here you go.
That looks like the cardinal. Oh my
There
God,
you
that's
go.
got a red eye. That's scary as all.
Yeah.
That's the
And
scariest.
it's a
Blue face, blue face, red eye, black neck, yellow throat, mohawk, red wings. Scariest bird I've ever seen in my life.
Is that scarier than the uh
What?
helmeted hornbill?
Yeah, that's scarier.
That's scarier?
Not as ugly, but scarier.
Okay.
The
Okay.
scarier, but not as ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other one, the last three you had were the ugliest birds I've ever seen in my life. That's scary. That looks like it's gonna kill me. It's got a slight hook on the beak.
Yeah.
I bet those talons, I bet it's got talons for
Yeah.
claws. Can't see it in there, but I bet it's talons.
Hard to tell. Yeah.
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 He doesn't have
He,
claws, or it doesn't have feet. It's got talons.
yeah. It's I mean, it looks like maybe a decent sized bird. Um let's see. Here we go. The Hoatzin is a distinctive has a distinctive plumage, but an even more distinctive smell. It looks like it would smell bad,
Even worse. This bird's getting worse.
which has given this Amazonian native the nickname skunk bird.
Let's go.
This is because the bird's herbivorous diet leaves it digesting leaves and plants like a cow.
Ugly and stinky.
Yeah.
Ugly. So methane like crazy, like super methane.
I
Why
guess
has it
so.
got the hook beak?
Yeah.
If it's a herbivore, what's it
That's
need
true.
that hook beak for?
That's true. It's not a
I feel like that's killing some animals.
it's not like a real big hook though.
No, but it's hooked enough to scare me.
Well, this is gonna scare you. This close up right here.
Ah, those eyes, dude. You got that's. I'm gonna dream about that for 2 weeks.
It's used a lot of gel to spike its hair, I
Yes,
would say.
and has done whatever it takes to make your eyes that red.
That's a
It's done
scary
all of that.
face eye combination there. All right. Well, that's
That's a
the
lot.
Hoatzin. Hoatzin.
Let's go.
You know what I
Nice.
mean?
Well done. All right, so we're at the end now. We have to come up with a comedy special for next week and a Mount Rushmore. I think I've got comedy. You got Mount Rushmore, correct?
That's right.
Do you by chance have one ready to go, or do you want me to go ahead and do this?
Um, I don't necessarily have one ready to go.
Perfect. So I'm gonna jump on the flicks.
Okay.
There's got to be something that just pops up, right?
Oh yeah.
Let's see. The shopping conspiracy. Nope, that's not it.
There's one
Let's
that I'm
see.
seeing advertised a lot, especially from a lot of comedians are saying like this special is
Male or female?
female.
Okay, it's got to be this then. It's
This is
recently added.
this is a the one I'm thinking of is a Louis C.K. produced.
Her last name looks like Louis C.K.
Hmm.
Like if you said Louis C.K., I'd be like, maybe that's what her last name is.
Oh,
La Palucci,
Iapolucci. Yeah.
Iapolucci. Oh, that's an I. Okay.
Yeah.
Adrian Iapolucci, the Dark Queen.
Yeah. I mean, that's not that's the one I was thinking of.
Oh,
That
it's
doesn't have to be.
I would have gone with this immediately. 100%. This was the first one that popped up. I would have done this. It was just funny that when I said that, it was the same one. I like the recently added.
It's getting a lot of support, I'll tell you that.
All right. Adrian Iapolucci, the Dark Queen.
All right. On
She's
Netflix.
yeah, this is on Netflix. I feel like this could be good. She looks like she would be funny. And I'm watching without listening to the preview,
Yeah.
and her mannerisms, she feels like she's not nervous. She looks super calm, cool, collected. Like I feel like this is gonna be good.
She's been a New York comic for a pretty long time. So yeah, she should be pretty solid. Okay. That brings me to the Mount Rushmore of we're gonna say
Not going off last week. You don't even remember, do you?
yes, that's right.
I
That's
got you, bud.
right.
I'm trying to help
Oh,
you
you're the
out.
best. I have it. Uh the Mount Rushmore of junk drawer items.
Let's go.
I mean, come on.
I will be at mom and dad's for Thanksgiving. So 100% on Sunday. Sunday's Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I will go through the drawers and find the best four items in mom and dad's five junk drawers.
Yeah, it's gonna you better get over there on Saturday and start
You
then.
might be right, bro. You might be right. Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
Yes. Thank you for the reminder.
Yes, absolutely. Only because I went back to listen to what our Mount Rushmore was again. So I had to kind of listen to part of our podcast to where I heard us talk about it. I had to listen to part of our podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so next week,
Mhm.
I feel like Wednesday should still be good, right?
I'm still good on Wednesday.
I'm good. I have no basketball practice next week.
Wow.
We get one more week to talk about what we're going to how we're going to coach in our debut. Both of us will be in our debut weekend technically for tournaments next week.
We play tomorrow.
Oh, you play tomorrow in Antoninus?
Guardian Angels.
Oh, that's you told me that. I'm not going to GA.
Yeah.
I'm not going
Do
out to
that.
GA.
That's on
No.
Beachmont Avenue or something.
No, I'm not going to GA. I'll go to Antoninus. I'll even go to James.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It might
That's
be as
far from
it
you.
might take me as long to get to James as it does Guardian Angels, to be honest. But
I'm close enough to North Bend Road that I'll be okay to get out there, but
yeah,
that's far for you.
yeah. I'll be at James on Friday of next week, and then I'll be Jude on Saturday and Sunday. Super looking forward to Sunday, where you coach right before me.
That is going to be fun.
This is going
And
to be fun.
and there's a good chance that that's not the last time this is going to happen.
Oh no,
Or
no,
we'll at least have really close games
yeah,
in the same gym.
yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
That's going to be cool.
I'm stealing something from Jared. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna steal something from you and Jared. You and Jared against I
you
stole
already
some.
have.
I have. I have.
You
I
haven't
already.
stolen it.
I
You
haven't.
already have some of the
Yes,
stuff.
I have some of it that will be put in place because we're gonna get pressed. Also, this is my big thing.
Yeah.
I don't have a zone offense, and we're about to go into Catholic basketball tournaments where zone is like run rampant.
Yep.
So I gotta have. I don't need a zone. I don't need like something crazy.
Mhm.
I just need a what do you call it? I need like three basic fundamentals.
Okay.
Right? Where do we need to move and cut? We're still moving. It's still gonna be motion. We're still moving. I don't just want to stick one person in the middle. We did that last year. We stuck
Yeah.
somebody in the middle and he just kept trying to post up in the middle and at the free throw line and trying to get open.
Are we talking against a 2-3 specifically or
Specifically a 2-3?
Okay.
Yeah. Specifically against the 2-3. He's just posting up in there trying to get open and get the ball. And it never worked.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm running a lot of 2-3. Like Oak Hills is totally against
Oh, yeah.
zone. They're so against zone.
Yep.
Guess what? My team needs the run zone. We're switching it up. It might be just two defensive stands.
Yeah.
And then back to man. But I'm mixing zone into my defense. These kids need to learn how to play zone. They're in
I
sixth.
think that's 100% the right thing to do.
I think it's dumb to be upset. I've got like the last couple coaches I coached with were upset when somebody ran zone.
Yeah,
and it's because they didn't have anything to go against it. That's what you're mad about. You're mad because you can't beat it.
There's a nationwide thing about that. Like coaches now are like youth teams should not be playing zone. They need to learn how to play man to man. Everything's based off of that. That's fine. You can play man to man most of the time or a lot of the time. Playing zone is also a strategic defense.
Here, here-
You can't just say it's not okay to play zone.
here's the
No,
deal.
it's part of the game.
If
Play
you're
zone.
if you have a slow team that's big, I got a decently sized team that's pretty slow. And we get tired easily.
Yeah.
We get tired easy. And I've got and I've got 7 or 8 that I want to try to keep in the game as much as I've got 10 kids, but I got 7 or 8 that that's my I want to keep those guys going.
Mhm.
Why would you not play basketball to your strengths?
Yeah,
That makes no sense.
I agree.
Because just because your brain says you have to we have to play zone, they have to learn or have to learn how to play man. We're gonna teach them how to play man. They're gonna play man probably 80% of the game.
Yeah.
But if there's a big stop I need, or if there's something going on and I can switch up the defense and screw them up, why in God's name would I not do that?
If you've been playing man the entire game and you're in the third quarter and they at the end of the third quarter and they call a timeout for a last play and you've only played man, come out in a zone.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Because
So
they're preparing for they're drawing
they're
something up
drawing a
for.
plan up. They're gonna pick and try to come off of something backside and do all kinds of stuff
Mhm.
off of man.
And come out in the fourth quarter and play the first tell one possession of 2-3, second possession from then on, you're back in man.
Back
And
in man.
don't you don't have to call it out. Everybody needs to know. Just do it.
Yeah. Just do it. And then guess what? When I decide to yell, Michigan or Syracuse, Syracuse is too obvious. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so Michigan or uncured bacon or whatever,
Yeah.
that means we're in zone for maybe it's 2 possessions. We're in zone for 2 possessions. Boom. This possession, next possession, we're in zone. Boom. As soon as we come back out, now you pick back up.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you would not. If your team is better fit for zone, you're playing against a team that's super quick. They're
Yeah.
super fast, right? But maybe they can't shoot that well. And we are a decent 2-3 zone team. Why am I not playing 2-3 against them?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I'm with you.
I'm teaching my kids all the time how to play man. They've got the principles of how to play, but but I still want to give myself a chance to win, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand why people get so irritated with zone defense.
Yeah.
It's the most annoying thing in my life. Coaching with Oak Hills, the whole thing about being irritated with zone defense irritates me.
Yeah.
I've told everybody I'm with, I'm like, what? You're just mad because they're able to stop us now. We can't shoot. Guess what? I got 3 kids. You didn't get to see one of them. My best shooter wasn't even at the game
Oh,
by far. Like not even close. Like you give him an open shot, he's gonna hit it.
okay.
Somebody comes out in 2-3 zone against us. I'm taking him off the ball and putting him on a wing, and I'm just like dribble down, dribble, penetrate, kick it out to him. Just penetrate and kick it to him.
Yeah.
He's gonna make 5 out of 10 open jumpers. Give it to him.
Mhm.
Why not? Let them. Let's kill their zone. Figure out what's your strength against the zone. Anyway, I'm starting to get irritated now.
Well, you don't have to be because I think you're right. It's just play whatever you need to play.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and then to be like, oh, that all they could do was play zone against us. It's not
Okay.
all they could do. That's what stopped us. So they
Yeah,
continued to stop us.
that's right.
Why would they? Why would they play a defense that let you score easier when they play another defense that keeps you from scoring?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Was this too difficult for you? Let me make it easier.
Yeah.
So I don't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't even do it.
I agree with you.
Anyway,
Yeah.
besides the point. Thursday, I'm by myself, bro. I'm gonna need some help. I got some stuff I'm gonna need from you. Thursday, I'm by myself. I gotta, huh? Yeah, tomorrow. By myself. It's my last practice for 2 weeks. and I've got to put some stuff in that's gotta
Oh,
break some stuff up. So
all right.
we'll figure some stuff out.
I got a couple things for you.
Good. Until then, what is our Mount Rushmore?
Junk drawer items.
Junk drawer items, and we have
Adrian Iampolucci.
Enrique Iglesias,
Yeah.
the female version on Netflix, the
I can
Dark
be
Queen,
I can be your hero.
the Dark Queen. Until then, don't forget to turn your headlights on.